Are you doing enough experimenting? Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of The Future in 5. My name is Jacob Morgan, and this is where I share my thoughts, ideas, and commentary on the future of work in 5 minutes or less. Today I'm coming to you from the Bellagio in Las Vegas. As you can see behind me, 32 floors up, nice view at night. But today I wanted to talk to you about experimenting. Now, I'm in Las Vegas because I'm speaking at the Future of Work conference. I'm keynoting that, and I'm going to be talking about the 5 trends shaping the future of work, which, if you're watching these videos, you will know that I did a video on this topic a couple days ago. But today I wanted to talk about something else, and that is, again, experimenting. You know, a lot of organizations are trying to figure out what the future of work is going to look like. And a lot of organizations are asking me what steps they should take, what they should be thinking about. And ultimately, I think in this type of business environment that we're living in, where things are changing so quickly, we don't know what the future is going to bring, we're faced with a tremendous amount of uncertainty, the best way to sort of mitigate risk against that uncertainty is to run experiments, is to test things out. We need to start treating our organizations more like labs where we can experiment and less like factories where everything is formulaic and based on a template. A lot of organizations are doing really cool things about this, or really cool things around this. I recently wrote an article for Forbes on Adobe and their Kickstarter innovation program, where they give or not all of their employees, but employees that are interested in volunteering, they give them $1,000 to basically develop a prototype for a product or service or whatever it is that they want. And employees are then given the opportunity to go through a 2-day innovation program and sort of develop a prototype. Whirlpool went through this huge transition where any employee within the company is able to come up with an idea and present it and contribute. Not Pixar. Oh, actually, it is Pixar. They have or DreamWorks. Pixar or DreamWorks, one of the two. They have a program where any employee has the ability to pitch a movie or to pitch something that they want to work on. Again, an internal incubator program that they can pitch to management to get their ideas funded, to get their movie created, etc. LinkedIn, another great example. They have a whole LinkedIn incubator program where employees are able to come up with ideas for products or services that they want to potentially get developed. The company takes a look at it, and employees pitch it just like they would pitch a product or service to a VC. They get funding for it, and they go out and they can develop these things. So we need to spend a lot more time within our organizations running experiments. I mean, some of these programs are going to fail. Some of them won't. The ones that fail are great lessons learned around what works and what doesn't. But ultimately, we need to move away from this idea of a template, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and figure out ways that we can innovate and create new things. And the best way to do that is to experiment. We need to put together teams. We need to give these employees resources that they need to sort of run with ideas that they have. And we need to take the ideas that are successful and implement them. Gary Hamel has talked about this quite a bit in a lot of his books and a lot of his talks. And I completely agree with him, right? Ultimately, the organizations that are able to create more experiments and do experiments at a faster rate are the ones that are going to succeed, because ultimately those are the ones that are going to be ahead of the competition. So the question that we should be asking ourselves and the things that we should be thinking in our organizations are, how do we create more experiments? How do we innovate faster? How do we create ideas? And not worry so much about success and failure, because as we've seen with organizations like Adobe, we're not talking about massive amounts of money. These aren't hundreds of thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollar prototypes that we're building. We're talking about giving employees $1,000 to test out an idea, to test out something that they want to create. So my challenge and my question for you is, what are you or what is your organization doing to allow employees to run experiments? How are they encouraging experimentation? Leave me a comment below and let me know. If you have any cool stories of companies that are running experiments or testing out ideas, I'd love to learn about those as well. I know a couple that I mentioned, but I'm always looking to learn more about what other companies are doing. If your company is doing something, of course, by all means, let me know. I always, like I said, love learning about these things. So leave me a comment below. Let me know. And again, I think that the future of work is largely moving away from this manufacturing supply chain mentality of going step by step by step and into a much more uncertain experimental mentality. And I think we really need to start running our organizations, or a lot of our organizations, like labs, like experiments, doing tests and seeing what works and what doesn't. So that's it for me on this week's episode, or on today's episode of The Future in 5. I'll be back again soon. Of course, if you want access to more of these videos, you can visit thefutureorganization.com. You can also get the podcasts there and articles and all sorts of other things. Of course, if you are working at a large organization that is interested in exploring the future of work and connecting with a bunch of other organizations, check out the FOW community. That's FOWcommunity.com. You can also find me on Twitter at JacobM. I talk about the future of work all day long. So if you really can't get enough of this, then by all means, follow me there. That's it for me. See you next time. Hey, are you interested in the future of work? If so, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can get all the latest content on the future of work and stay up to date on all the latest trends and happenings. Not to mention, you will make me very, very happy. Make sure to subscribe.